Investigators have confirmed Raymond Kenny, an ex-Bloom Industries employee, is responsible for the blackout, which has resulted in 11 confirmed deaths. Kenny's motivations are as of yet unknown, and Bloom has declined to comment. Two questions still haunt this tragedy. Why was it so easy for one man to accomplish an attack of this scale, and how do we prevent it from happening again?
Hello, my name is Charlotte Gardner, speaking on behalf of Bloom. As you know, crime rates have plummeted since Bloom brought the CTOS to Chicago. Our system prioritizes security and safety. Last year, Aiden Pierce launched a terrorist attack on the CTOS, but was ultimately unable to bypass our security measures. With the cooperation of the CPD, Bloom is now offering a $100,000 reward for any information leading to Aiden Pierce. Thank you for your time and your help to make Chicago a safer city.
Reports are coming in about another attack by Chicago's anarchist. While police originally labeled him a petty thief, he's quickly becoming a real threat to public safety. If you have any information, please contact the police through their anonymous tip line. Social media is abuzz with reports of a so-called anarchist loose on the streets of Chicago. Though some have been quick to label him another vigilante, this man's MO appears to have him hitting targets of opportunity and stealing from crime scenes. We spoke with CPD Detective Sheila Billings, and this is what she had to say. Just what is the Pawnee Militia, and why has it come to Chicago? We sat down with one of its anonymous leaders and asked that question. The answer seemed more like a warning. Quote, "We are like-minded, military-trained citizens, tired of doing nothing while our freedoms are stripped away, one politician at a time. This movement is not confined to rural areas. It will reach your doorstep, and you will have to decide if you stand with America or against it." The anarchist has struck again, and Chicagoans now fear getting caught in his path. Though his identity is still unknown, he is described as a bearded man, wearing a backpack and cap. We'll update when we know more. Electronic musician Default is trending in social media after footage of last month's bizarre show appeared online. The rat-faced DJ abandoned his set midway through the performance after a run-in with alleged vigilante Aiden Pierce. Fans are left wondering, was the whole encounter staged, or was Default simply in the wrong place at the wrong time? Whichever the case, sales for Default's newest album have gone up. Once again, activists in the wards are calling for the demolition of Rossi Fremont, the troubled housing project where several recent shootouts have claimed over 30 lives. Where once there was a promise of a place to call home, now there is only a constant barrage of drug trafficking, prostitution, and violence. However, it's not as simple as tearing down the buildings. The city must find replacement homes for any displaced residents. City Council tells us there is a plan in the works, but for many, it just won't come fast enough. The man social media has dubbed an anarchist has been involved in yet another violent crime, and anyone with information leading to his capture should contact the authorities. The CPD warns not to approach this man, as he is unpredictable and dangerous.
Thieves are nothing new to Chicago, and when we've got gangs killing rival gangs, of course vultures are going to swoop in and pick up whatever's left behind. Our focus remains on crime detection and prevention. If we pick this guy up in the process, that's a bonus.
Armed with what some have described as a demolition tool, Chicago's anarchist has been taking his own bite out of crime, causing some to wonder, has Aiden Pierce returned? The CPD has no comment at this time. Is Chicago looking for someone to cheer for now that vigilante Aiden Pierce has disappeared? That seems to be the case, given the media buzz surrounding a man dubbed the Anarchist. Though his identity is unknown, one thing is clear: Chicago's police are not impressed. Following in the footsteps of Chicago's vigilante, a man that social media is calling an anarchist has been causing a lot of trouble for Chicago's various criminal gangs. The police remind us, a crime is a crime, no matter how you justify it, and he will be brought to justice. A new lead on the disappearances of Nicole and Jackson Pierce, the sister and nephew of alleged vigilante Aiden Pierce. While police initially suspected foul play, multiple reports of the mother and child spotted at restaurants and gas stations along Route 66 appear to contradict that conclusion. If you have spotted the Pierce family, please call the CPD via their anonymous tip line. Friends and family of the late Mayor Donovan Rushmore met with protests yesterday as they celebrated a new scholarship fund launched in the former politician's name. While organizers boast Rushmore's positive accomplishments, including the citywide implementation of CTOS, his detractors argue that an educational award named for a murderer is unethical and disgusting. A 19-year-old man was admitted to the hospital early this morning after falling into a construction excavation and remains in serious condition. While Bloom has been silent about the deployment of CTOS 2.0, the increase in city construction has caused a lot of speculation. However, Chicagoans are urged not to try to take a peek behind the curtains, as these zones are safety regulated and hazardous without proper equipment. The Chicago South Club only recently buried their criminal patriarch, Dermot Quinn. But his son, Neil Quinn, was questioned by the CPD this week for his suspected involvement in a series of fire bombings throughout Mad Mile. We're told that although no charges have been made, police will continue to put pressure on the club to prevent another Lucky. After last month's violent attacks on Bloom, and even the CTOS itself, it's no surprise that the company has been looking to improve their security. Bloom has announced the hiring of ex-Army Major Roger Varick as the head of security in Chicago. It remains to be seen whether or not Varick's military background will have an impact on CTOS protocols, and in turn, what effect that will have on the public.